I'm going to be showing you the exact keyword clustering method that I use to rank websites higher in Google. This method also works if you are trying to rank in AI overviews, LLMs, ChatGPT, Claude, etc. Also watch until the end because the final step is what separates beginners from advanced SEOs. Also, if you haven't already, check out mySEO.app. The link will be in the description. We are now live on Android as well. So if you want to check out live streams, if you want to ask questions amongst the community of professional SEOs, maybe you're struggling to rank, etc., feel free to download it. It's free to use. So if we take a look here, I have got a list of 60 keywords all to do with skin, moisturiser, creams, vitamin C, serums, etc. So this is like for an e-commerce store. If you wanted to rank for like hand creams, foot creams, etc. Now, the old way of actually figuring out if this is actually, if each of these keywords deserve their own page or if they should be grouped into one, is by obviously Googling all of these keywords and figuring out if the 10 blue links are the same or not. So for example here, if we were to take a look at Google Panda Update, right? As you can see, we've got Wikipedia, Search Engine Journal, we've got Google, we've got Moz, SEMrush. And if we were to do a slight variance of what is Google Panda Update, you'll again see Wikipedia, SEMrush, Conductor, Moz, Search Engine Journal, Bright Edge. So the variation or the order might be a little bit adjusted. However, it's the same set of results. And the reason for that is because Google doesn't rank singular keywords. It ranks web pages. So it's very easy for a page to rank for maybe 50, 100, 60, 20 different sets of keywords, especially if the keywords are closely relevant. This is another example, right? So this is what's called keyword cannibalization. If you have two pages going after a very similar set of keywords, the issue you'll have is that Google will end up being confused and it just won't know which page to rank. So for example, if we had a page to do with Google Panda Update and what is Google Panda Update, Google just won't know which ones to rank, and ultimately it's just going to pull both pages down. This basically comes down to both the pages fighting for the exact same keyword, and you just end up with a big mess. This also does apply for similar keywords and also similar intent as well. If we take a look at this page here, so this is the Boots page. So these guys, massive company in the UK, they sell a lot of facial creams. They're basically like a massive online pharmacy, but they also have stores as well. So as you can see here, right, this is a prime example of this page ranking for this singular page ranking for hundreds of keywords. So as you can see, this page alone ranks for over 1,800 keywords. They rank for face creams, they rank for Boots moisturizer, face moisturizer, cream, Boots. This is what you want to aim for. This doesn't mean that you should have separate pages for all of these keywords. Now, what you don't want to do, right, and this is what I used to do, this is probably what a lot of SEOs used to do, is start Googling all of these keywords and figuring out, okay, does this deserve its own page, or should it be a combination of these two keywords going after the exact same page? Now, what I used to do is I would be Googling these individually and I would take a look at the top 10 blue links and I would figure out if it deserves its own page or not. And you can do this by looking at the 10 blue links. So for example, we've got Boots here. We also have Boots here. This does look like two separate pages, which straight off the bat tells me that it deserves two different pages. We do have Birdie here, so we've got this result and we've got Birdie here. Let's take a look at position number 3. So we've got Dermalogica UK. Where is Dermalogica in this set of results? They don't actually rank. So straight off the bat, I know that this deserves its own page. So we would have one page for best face moisturizers and one page for hydrating face cream. Now, obviously, we have got 60 different set of keywords, and that's not even taking into consideration the local website here, but we've got 60 set of keywords here. We don't want to be doing that for each individual keyword. So I'm going to show you guys a very simple and easy prompt. I'm going to show you guys 2 different ways that you can actually organize this a lot better. So what you can do is you can go into ChatGPT, and it requires 4 lines. I want you to think like a semantic SEO expert. I need you to group these keywords, I need you to group these list of keywords into pages, check the intent and similarities, and I don't want overlap or keyword cannibalization, which is obviously what we were talking about before. And as you can see, it's come back with the actual set of results. So we've got category cluster, so we've got each bullet is 1 page. So we've got the moisturiser cluster, so we've got best face moisturisers, hydrating face cream, ceramide moisturiser, fragrance free moisturiser, organic face cream, luxury face cream. These are all dedicated landing pages that you would actually have on your website. Now, one thing you can also do as well is if you are more of a visual learner, this is probably the trick that I would use. This exact same prompt, you can use Google Notebook LM, and you can just paste it in. So if you go to add sources, literally just copy and then paste it into here. Exact same prompt, and it will give you a visual mind map. So as you can see here, we've got the entire Semantic SEO topical map with all of the pages. So for example, if we collapse that down, so we've got facial products by routine, and we've obviously then got cleaners and washers in here. And then we've got face cleaners, we've got gentle face wash, we have men's face wash. So these would all be dedicated pages that we would want on our website. One thing that I would also recommend for each of these, if you go down the method of using Google Notebook LM, or you could even use the ChatGPT method, for each of these bullet points or for each of these web pages, if you want to become the best content, and this is going to be a little bit of a time-consuming step, however, it does make the difference of ranking position 10 to ranking position number 1, is Googling each of these keywords and looking at what is also being asked here. So what's in the people also ask, and including these questions on each of your landing pages. As you can see here, this website, which is Birdie, they are actually doing this very frequently, and they are also crushing it in the rankings as well. So making certain that you actually have got these FAQs. I'm not saying having all of these FAQs. You want to obviously use your head for this, because in some cases it does pull back some questions that aren't relevant to the actual search. You want to make certain that these questions that you are contemplating having on the page is actually relevant. So if we take a look at Birdie's website, at what step of your skincare routine should you apply moisturizer? Very valid question. Then we've got how often should you apply moisturizer to your face? Again, really good question. And then the third question that they don't have many, but the third one is, do you need to use separate sunscreen if your moisturizer has SPF? So again, this was the other set of keywords. So this is more for like a local business. And as you can see here, we have got garden maintenance services. So we've got local garden maintenance, hedge trimming, hedge removal, shrub planting, flower bed design, lawn mowing near me, and grass cutting services. So each of these bullet points is basically its own page, and it's also removed any duplicates and stuff like that as well. Then we've got like artificial grass installation, turf laying, turf replacement. So these are all dedicated landing pages for a local SEO website. Now, once you obviously have got your map, whether you use ChatGPT or whether you end up using Google Notebook LM, the next step is obviously using a content writing tool like, for example, you've got SERP for SEO. You've got a variety of different ways that you should actually be writing these articles. If you are struggling on how to write content and stuff like that, I will have a link to this sheet here. It's got everything. So writing styles, questions you should be asking yourself, LLM SEO checklist. I will have a link to this. Again, it's completely free that you can use and obviously produce high quality content for your website as well. When you get the actual link, just fill in the form down below. You'll get an email, and then just make certain that you click on file and then make a copy, and then obviously you can edit the sheet as you want. So that has been my video on keyword clustering. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and also subscribe. We are doing daily SEO videos. If you haven't already, check out myseo.app. The link for that will be in the description. And if you want to work with me, head over to kasra.com, fill in the contact form, and I will be in touch. Thanks for watching.